Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm here again at El Marco Lanes in Casper, Wyoming. As I'm speaking, I'm doing my little last portions of warm-up, of my warm-up game. The lanes are quite dry right now, so I'm still trying to figure out which ball and which line I want to use for this little practice session. Seems to be going okay with the Sky Raptor I've got. I'm trying to figure out a line. It took me 6 frames to get there, but I'm there. I am 11 days removed from the conclusion of my radiation therapy for the cancer and lymph node in my neck. So this is my first time bowling in approximately 3 weeks. The leagues that I was in finished at the very end of April. And as I record this is May 21st, so we are just about 3 weeks removed. Seems to be going pretty well now. A little bit covering more of the lane than I usually do with this ball, but this ball has been treating me really well the last, call it, month and a half. I think the last 4 weeks between the 2 leagues that I was doing, I was averaging right around 230. It was going pretty well. This is a practice session. Again, this is the first time I've bowled in 3 weeks. I'm starting to upswing from finishing radiation. Oh, that stinks. So, as it is right now, 11 days removed from the end, I'm still having some residual effects from it. I still can't taste anything, so I'm not eating very much right now. Lost a lot of color. I'm down 26 total pounds of radiation. I was 193 pounds when I started radiation. I'm now 167. So, still coming back. This is a practice session to start working back up to feeling normal. My neck, stiffness of my neck has gone down quite a bit. And I think, as I said in a cancer update, it's not necessarily that it's stiffness in the neck. It's just that the scar that I now have on the left side of my neck, my jaw, is pulling a little bit on the skin, and so it's a new sensation, and it's kind of screwing me up a little bit, and I'm still trying to deal with it. It feels weird. But main points of the practice session today is to work on my footwork a little bit, try to get my timing back, nice balanced release at the line where I'm not falling over. And then also, as has been pointed out to me, it's a little less of a concern right now. Mostly it's working on footwork, timing, and release of the line, but also to sort of, has been pointed out, and I have noticed over the last couple little practice sessions, is that I dip my head a little bit as I release the ball. And so I'm going to be working on trying to keep my head steady. Or at least, steadier. Call warm-up done. This will be the beginning of game 1. I'm going to stick with the Sky Raptor. Like I said, the lanes, I don't know exactly how many games this lane has on it, since the leagues are now done. So you've got, open house bowling, straight bowlers, some hooking bowlers. So I don't know how many games specifically have been bowled on the lane, excuse me. But I am about 4 boards left of where I typically throw when the lanes are fresh. So I'm playing a lot more of the lane than I usually do. And that was a little off balance, but at least the release was good. Okay, so first ball was good. It's about the line that I wanted to take with it. Again, it wasn't a very good balanced throw, but the release was good. I'm able to compensate a little bit when I lose my balance. Rant. And then I stick. Okay, in practice I've been having a little bit of trouble getting this ball over to get that 3-6-10. So if this is unsuccessful, I'm gonna move to the straight ball. And I don't think so. Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna move to a straight ball on spares now. Okay, third frame. Okay, a little lucky on that, a little further right than I was going. Oh, I did not go through what I was planning. This is just a sort of a simple 4-game session. We're intending to do 4 games. Okay, that's about right. Tiny bit light. Speed was good on that. 5th frame. It's a little bit further right. They're working out. Yeah, go down. Okay. Okay, speed was light on that one. I think the ball was good overall. But the speed was a little light. 112 in the 6th. And the 7th here. I stuck. This is one of my favorite splits. Typically, on a regular night with fresher oil, I don't have any trouble getting my ball over to the right-hand side of that 3-pin and kicking it over. But I'm going to throw this one straight, hope for the best. Nope. Not quite. Okay, 8th frame. Trouble with the feet, and also with the surgery. I've kind of lost a good portion of my feel, just how I feel behind the ball when I throw it. And so, at least in league, I was bowling quite well for about a month. So confident behind the ball. I was still bowling real good, but I'm just not comfortable behind the ball right now. That one's okay. Okay, also, I guess I didn't say is that my goal was for today was to my top average in league was a 211, shooting for about a 211 average. Okay, that was a good ball. Okay, it's working out. A couple of those splits in the middle kind of killed me a little bit, but I'm going to end up doing okay. 3 opens and 8 or 9 strikes here. So, strikes are cool, but when I miss, I miss. Man, that's too far right. Like I said. Okay. Cut in a little early. 8 strikes and 9 counts. 209, right there. Doing just fine. Okay, so again, first game, okay. Good amount of strikes, just couldn't convert spares. 209, so right there. Goal was 211, or average 211, so I'm close. I'm gonna stay with the Sky Raptor for right now. Again, I have adjusted half a board back to the right a little bit from where I was at the beginning of the game, but I'm still 3.5 boards left of where I usually are when the lanes are fresh. So, all right, first frame, second game. It's a little figured I got that one out a little too far right too quickly. Figured that was going to come back through the nose. And that did hold. Okay, second frame. And that fell off the hand a little bit. It's a little understandable in that. You get a full release on that ball. You can get full rotation on the ball. Lost a little bit of energy when it went through the pins. Okay, that was closer than I wanted, but it's okay. Still got it, so no complaints. And that's way inside, that'll be Brooklyn. Okay, going in the fourth frame. 2 back-to-back balls that weren't my greatest. see if I can get back and under control. Oh, I was off balance, but that should work out. Okay, so 5th frame. Inside, go Brooklyn. Lucky, and I was just about to say earlier, but didn't, that I've been missing less inside, but then start missing inside. 2 of the last 4 have been inside, so. Okay, let's get it out to the right here. Proper pocket. It's better. Okay, that works. Teeny touch light, but I did get the 10 to kick. And it was awkward. Okay, that came off my hand just off. If you look at the rotation on the ball, the first 6 frames, you'll see that where the ball was rotating on its axis was different that last ball than it was the first 6 frames. And that's because it just came off my fingers oddly. I think it came off a little early, but the rotations are still good enough. Better. A little bit further inside than I would have liked, but that's okay. I really have been enjoying this Sky Raptor ball the last month. I just pulled it out. I was getting tired of struggling to come through the pins with my other balls. They just weren't finishing the way that I liked, so I jumped up to this higher hooking, very angular ball that has a lot of momentum and penetration through the pins. So I moved to it, and it's worked out beautifully. I kind of wonder where I would have been earlier in the year if I had used it, but that's still okay. Again inside, not surprising. Also the nice thing with the Sky Raptor, and I said it, I think, in my video on the Chichen Itza pattern when I was just experimenting with it, is that if I was inside of my line, my intended line, a little outside of my intended line, it just seems to correct my mistakes. Now obviously that last ball, that was a lot further inside than I wanted or intended, but these other ones, if I'm a board and a half further right than I'd like, or a board and a half inside of where I'd like, it seems to hold. It holds and still penetrates if it's inside of my line, pushes through if I'm outside to the right of my line. So it seems to correct my misses a little bit better than the other balls do. That was a good ball. I like that one. But a little light, teeny tiny bit light. And then the other thing with the stiffness in my neck, pulling on the skin of my neck, not necessarily the stiffness. When I throw it straight at my spares, again, it just feels weird. I've lost the feel. So I'm not really confident behind it very, very much now. I think looking at my league stats from last year, I'm still shooting about, I think the last time I looked I was at 87% pickup rate for the 10 pin. I mean, I shoot for 90. I mean, I'm shooting for 100, but I think realistic goal is more to shoot it at about 90%. So I still pick it up, but again, there's that loss of being comfortable and confidence behind it. It's going to go through the head. Okay. Well, I'm starting to lose it inside. Still a good game. 234. It's a clean game. I'm not tired. One thing is with the work that I do, I have a lawn mowing business that I operate by myself. I have hired a couple of guys for a couple days at a time to help me out with certain things, but just like things that are going on these days is that people just don't show up for work. So there were a couple days where I thought I had lined someone up to help me out with work, and they didn't show up. So I still needed to do the work, did the work, and I was still going through radiation, and I was fatigued, I lacked energy because of the radiation, but with people not showing up for actually consecutive days, I just kind of mentally blocked that I was tired and just pushed through it. And so at this point, I'm not really fatigued, I'm not really tired, but we'll see. I keep missing my line inside, so let's see if we can get it back out there. Game 3. It's better. Okay, second frame. It's okay. A little inside. Let's pick this up, move on. Also, with the weight loss, 26 pounds in the last 2 months, my fingers are actually a touch smaller than they were, so the inserts that I have for my bowling balls are a little loose. So that might be influencing. Okay, I'm losing it now. But the looseness of the inserts, I think, is causing me to, my fingers are coming out of the ball a little early. Okay, and it also seems like I've kind of pushed the oil down the lane a little bit. Seems like the oil is different down lane. I'm not having as much trouble with the spare ball, the hyped hybrid, to do what I need to do down lane, but it seems to be influencing my first ball as well. So I'm going to move back another half board to the left. I'm going to try to get it further out. That's about right. Okay, that worked. The Skyraptor doesn't have as much of an angular finish as it did earlier in the game. Push the oil down a little bit, having to adjust. Stick with that adjustment. Okay, speed looks about right. Throw it right around 14.8. It's about where I throw it. It was 14.6. I'm right there. Okay, a little light, too far right. Go back to Bob, straight ball. That one lacked a lot of speed. That one was speed on that one. It was actually exactly right where I wanted to throw it. Yep, 14.1 speed on that one. So yep, that one was all speed. That was a good ball off the hand and just lacked some speed. Okay, let's get that speed back up. And that's inside. Trying my best not to get frustrated with myself. It's just a lot to deal with. With the changes that have happened to my body this past year. Multiple surgeries and multiple radiations. All right, back on track. Nope, still inside. Gosh. Darn it. All right, 10th frame. It's better. Get it. Let's see if I can pick this up. Just fine. Well, I've just about lost all confidence on the Skyraptor, so I'm going to, just for mental optimism, I suppose confidence that I'm going to do better with this ball, I'm changing to the Tour Ruby. At least in my mind, it doesn't react the way that I want, but I really, really do like this ball off the hand. So I'm going to go to a ball that I feel more comfortable with and go with it. So this ball doesn't react quite like the Skyraptor, so I've moved over 3 boards. I'm going to throw it a similar line, obviously not quite so deep, but sort of over the 3rd arrow. So that's okay. Yeah, that was only a 190. Overall decent game. 5 strikes, 5 spares, just got 1 open. Stick with the Tour Ruby. I think the line I took was okay, but I think overall it was a little too deep, so I'm gonna straighten it out just a tiny bit. So I'm gonna move over a half a board to the right. That's about right. Okay, good. Happy with that. started that one a little bit inside of where I wanted it. I don't know if you can hear it on the mic. There's a little bit of a squeak like it's coming from the belt in my lane right now. Oh, that was way far right. Okay, that's fine. Okay, 5th frame. Let's get bunk on track, get our line back. Over 3rd arrow. It's okay. Okay. Okay, 6th frame. Come on. Get it. Ugh. That again fell off my... Apparently now I've got something else to be working on. So I think the timing overall with my feet on the approach is okay. I'm happy with it. I think the balance at the line has been pretty good. Still needs more work. It's something that I'll continue to need to focus on. But now it seems like with the weight loss, and as I said earlier, finger holes, the inserts aren't fitting my finger quite right. They're a little loose, so it seems to be coming off my fingers a little early. Let's skip the stem. Oh. Stuck, but still got it. Okay. Need to get a couple strikes here in a row. Get this back on track. Okay, that's about right. We're on it. Yes, sir. Okay, let's see if we can get 2 in a row. 8th frame. That's where I want it. Alright, perfect. Hitting the line well now. This should get me to my goal, as long as I don't completely implode these last 2 frames. Okay, 9th frame. That's about right. Alright. First ball, 10th frame. About right. Get it. Come on. Okay, that's right where I wanted it. It just didn't seem to come in and react at the very end there. Okay, well now I'm nervous. I'm nervous about picking this one up. What ball do I use? Okay, well I'm going to go back to the Sky Raptor. Last 2 times I've thrown either the Tour Ruby or the Hype Type. They've kind of not gone all the way over there, so I need a little bit more. Okay, perfect. Okay, final ball. Final ball for this session. Okay, that's okay. That was the final ball, so that's just fine. Okay, so final scores are 209, 234, 190, 222. So did hit my goal. Final tally on the score right now. You can see, so did hit my goal. Happy today overall. I'll have to actually check the footage to see if work on the ducking of my head has improved at all, or again, that was sort of a tertiary goal that I was working on today. First was footwork, second was balance release, and then the head ducking was kind of the last thing on the list, so I wasn't really focused on it, but it was in the back of my mind, so I'll need to check the footage. So this is first practice session after the conclusion of my cancer treatment. I don't know if I'm in. I'll know that in about a week and a half. Also, I'll be moving here pretty soon. Right now in Wyoming, but moving to Texas to be closer to family and friends. As for this video for right now, call it a successful practice, but as it is right now, this is Tap, out.